everybody, welcome back to Elizaflix. So today I'm going to be making some mini vanilla bundt cakes, and I'll be testing out yet another vanilla cake recipe. If you haven't seen my last testing out video, make sure to go check it out so that this one makes more sense. But other than that, let's get started. So I began by mixing the flour, baking powder, and salt together in a bowl. Now you may be wondering why I'm making another vanilla cake recipe. That's because I wasn't pleased with the outcome of the last one, and I figured there could definitely be a better recipe out there, so I decided to try this one. So I cracked 4 eggs into my stand mixer, then I slowly poured in 1.5 cups of sugar while it was mixing. As I followed the directions, I let the eggs and the sugar beat on the stand mixer for about 7 minutes, and while that was mixing, I just cut some butter and added some milk, and then I warmed that up together in the microwave until the butter was completely melted. At this point, the eggs had just about tripled in size, so it was time for me to sprinkle about 3/4 of the dry ingredients that I mixed earlier over the surface of the egg mixture. It got a little tricky here with adding in the flour and mixing it for the times that the directions said, but in the end, I think it turned out pretty well. Then I poured the buttermilk mixture into the empty flour bowl, and I ladled 2 spoonfuls of the egg flour mixture into the buttermilk mixture, and yeah. Then I poured that back into the stand mixer. If you're even following me at this point, good for you, because I was very confused. The directions said to do one final mix to make sure that everything was fully incorporated, and here's where I should have realized that we forgot to put in the oil and the vanilla, but in my confused rush and panic, I completely forgot that those two were still sitting on the counter. That was a very grave mistake. So it's my very first time using these little mini silicone bundt cake molds, and at first I wasn't really expecting them to come out that well, but when they did come out of the oven, they were so small and golden brown and evenly baked. However, it did take about 12 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees for them to completely bake. I just hit the baking tray on the countertop 3 times to knock out any bubbles that might be left over. Any footage from when they came out of the oven or while I was piping them, because let me tell you what, that was actually really boring. But here's the finished product. I had a lot of fun piping these and trying to come up with a design. It did take a lot of tries and plenty of fails, but in the end, I'm actually really happy with how they turned out, and I will most definitely make them again. As far as texture and taste go, I think they tasted amazing. They were just the right size, and they taste better cold than they did warm. I also had enough batter left over to make a cake out of these. It was just a little 6-inch cake, I think, and I had some leftover icing, so I frosted that too, and I was really happy with how all of these turned out. Honestly, I think that it would have tasted way better if I had put in oil and vanilla, but even without oil and vanilla, it still tasted fantastic, so I think that says a lot about this recipe. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this recipe, and I think that there still might be an even better vanilla cake recipe out there, but for now, that'll have to wait till another time. But before I go, I want to say thank you guys so much for 300 subscribers. I cannot believe this. This is so crazy, and I'm beyond grateful. So write down in the comments down below what you think I should do as a 300 subscriber celebration, and I will most certainly be picking one of you guys and making a video about that. A huge shout out and thanks to Totally Chloe. She was my 300 subscriber, so make sure to go check out her channel and subscribe to her and show her lots of love. So thank you so much. I love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.